Guy Fawkes just put out an interesting video that got our attention today. I'm sure for very different reasons to everyone else. Brant and I care about what the Mandela affected people are inspired to discuss, words they choose to use, because we know that Jesus is leading us all in his plan. Brant and I pay very close attention to details because of that. What we found interesting in that discussion in the video was regarding a campaign, and Brant has recently released a video all about a campaign. Brant was interviewed by Guy Fawkes a few years ago also, so there is that connection there as well. The second thing that stood out to us was the choice of the word oil to be used. It stood out to us because we have been pointing to all of the Mandela effects with the word oil in them. There are so many of them. Have you seen them all? Something repeating is not random. What is not random should be looked at closely. So if there are many oil Mandela effects, what does that mean? Well, Jesus not only told me, but he showed me that it's linked to the oil in Zechariah 4. And just to confirm that, he also gave me the repeating word group patterns for every other significant word in Zechariah 4 relating to the oil story as well. Let's not be those asleep people who say something significant is a coincidence. Zechariah 4 is just one of the many Bible chapters playing out in Mandela effects right now. It's something that awake Christians should be very, very interested to know, which should really go without saying. If awake Christians are not, something is blocking them from what should be an insatiable desire. So thanks to the channel Guy Fawkes, Jesus has made a way for me to bring up this topic again. It's lovely when pieces from different community members click into place. It means we are all a part of the Lord's plan. Now in this video he mentioned this oil campaign has had bucket loads of money thrown at it to get people's attention. Brant and I don't have any money, so we can't throw any of that around to get people's attention. We are relying on people in this community having wisdom and a desire to know truth, an appetite to sift through the facts of the most important and monumental event in history, so as to not miss anything hiding, let alone what is just staring everyone in the face. So these oil Mandela effects, they are facts. And if you want the extended version of this, go back to our 5-part video series and watch part 4. The ones we will share with you today are these: Pennzoil, oil of Olay, Beverly Hillbillies line, it's too full of oil, Margaritaville, deck is all covered in oil, Murphy's oil, the squeaky wheel gets the oil. Now we have 2 direct connections to a specific oil. Of course, it's olive oil to get your attention. The olive oil Mandela effects are olive oil from Popeye and Bragg's, that is now Bragg, who make olive oil. Then we have some more oil connections in Mandela effects. Chevron, that's linked in a big way to oil. Tin Man, he has an oil can hat. Bergamot, now bergamot, that is sold as an oil as well. Thinking about the squeaky wheel gets the oil, changing to grease, also a type of oil. There's also grease lightning. And Vaseline is made from oil as well. But the one that is cryptic, which means you have to know what you are looking for, and thanks to Jesus giving us the answers, Brant and I do, The two hats that once had propellers on them now have little yellow flags on top. Yellow flags are a symbol of oil, and they're used to indicate the exact place of where the oil is. And you know how people wave flags to make things obvious to people watching? Well, those two people with those hats, those twins, they're a good representation in that capacity for Brant and myself. So we are using those flags to wave in front of you to let you know that we have found the oil and we have marked it. Yellow flags being waved in your face are only missed if you are asleep. We hope you are waking up to what is going on. I made this video at the last minute because we could not put our comment on Guy Fawkes' video, which is not at all surprising. The enemy is always blocking us. Channels block us, groups block us, technology blocks us, YouTube blocks us, brethren block us. Guy Fawkes will probably remember the unexpected and relentless technology issues he had when interviewing Brant, as a testament to how true this is. And this week, Washington Jackson, also known as Website 2020 and Making Space, has written to me and declared to me that he will throw every resource at blocking us. That's commitment. But it's also just more proof the enemy is after us, the people, Brent and Chanel. If someone is going to be influenced to take 0.001% of our work and use it to block all of our work that absolutely contains a lot of factual truth, some of which he even acknowledges, that's unreasonable. The enemy is always proving himself to be rather unreasonable with us. I don't like specific behaviours of these people, but I would never try to block them trying to show somebody that the Bible is changing or any truth that is valuable. That is the opposite of what we should be doing. Adults have incredible minds. They have the ability to look at topics and are able to segregate them. I don't agree with you on this, but I do agree with you on that. But when it comes to us, the rules suddenly change. There is a saying often used, hell bent. The word hell is in it because it's influenced from the enemy. It is investing unreasonable energy at all costs into something. So if you are hell bent on taking someone down who does have factual proof of something, you are overriding wisdom to behave that way. You can't behave in darkness without first allowing yourself to be influenced by it. And the influence always comes through a weakness. Fear, ego, needing to be right, lack of heart, jealousy. None of these traits are useful here. I would much rather Washington Jackson use his time productively and throw every resource at showing everyone here the patterns in the Mandela effects lining up with scriptures. Because that has been revealed to us now, and now is more important than nearly 3 years ago. That would be wisdom, productive, and of help to God's people who are weary and want answers now. The Mandela effect is confusing if you do not know what is going on. But Jesus has shown the perfect clarity in it. He is perfect clarity. He is switching on the lights and pointing them like a spotlight upon each effect so you can see his plan. Lights and oil, they go together. If you watch video 4, you will see that. The Lord's plan is more important. Stop blocking truth. Stop blocking facts. Stop blocking value. Stop blocking answers. Stop blocking wisdom. Stop blocking what Jesus wants his people to see when there is not much time left for them to see it. Guy Fawkes just taught us that without the right oil, without the genuine oil, things can stop working. Much like lamps that 5 foolish virgins get caught holding at the end. Braggs, who makes olive oil, changed to brag. Bragg is 97 in the Jewish cipher, and the Strong's definition for this is genuine. No coincidences in God's plan. Guy Fawkes also just taught us that the big voice with the most influence is not always the right voice to listen to. Sometimes they have a damaging agenda that people buy anyway because they are blind to what is really going on. You just don't seem to have any idea how desperate we are for you to wake up for your benefit. Sense the tone and look at the clock.